Hi everybody, happy Wednesday to you. Today's project, we're going to make some wall art. Right, so we're going to need 3 pieces 29 inches long, and we're going to need 2 of those to be 7.5 inches wide and the other one to be 5.5 inches wide. So we're going to take 2 of them off of this 10-inch board and cut it down. So 2 of the boards we have at the width that we want. The other one we're going to cut it down to 5.5 inches wide. So the pieces of paper represent pictures, and we got some of these spare parts, which is just a little clip. And we're wanting to put these on the top that's going to hold the picture. And how we're going to do that is use this piece of scrap wood as a straight edge to be able to do it. So we have these spaced out 1/2 inch apart between the pictures. The leftovers on the ends is just divided out between 2. So we want to make sure we have enough room on the top to be able to screw this in through the top and not have any split out through the top. So we're going to measure it down at 3/4 of an inch down and clamp that down. So now with those clamped down in place, an awl would come in handy. But what I'm going to do is take a nail and stick it through the top and make me a little nail hole to give me a spot to drill all the way down the board in each one, so they'll all be in the right spot. So after marking all of the pallet holes, I went ahead and drilled out the holes on each one of them. Used Minwax mahogany stain. Amber wanted it dark, so we're going to go with the dark red mahogany. And then I put 4 coats of the Durf clear wax on it, or polyurethane, I'm sorry, it's Durf. And now I'm going to show you how to put on the hardware. Alright, so I went to the hardware store and picked up a box of these 4x1.5 Phillips head wood screw, zinc screws. These little screws, we're going to take the clip, and you could put the clip into the hole, the back of it there, and you'll need a little piece of scrap, something to put in between it to hold it open to be able to screw it down. So with a scrap piece of wood, I've got it clamped on there open to where the screw is pointing out. Then you can just take the screwdriver and insert it through the hole to the head of the Phillips and put it right into the hole and screw it down. So with all 3 boards being 29 inches long, half of 29 would be the 14.5. So we're going to take the 14.5 would be our center of the board. Then we want to take and figure out 16 inches on center which what we could do is just lower it down to that mark to 8 inches and then mark it here and at the 16-inch mark here, and that will be our 16 inches on center to where we want to do the keyhole entry. So on the mark on the back of the board here, this is where the nail is going to be in the wall. So you don't want to start your hole here. You want to come over 2.5 inches or so to be able to do your entry hole for the key, so you could drill here and slide it over. So what I've done is set up a stop block on where I want it to be. When I plunge down and slide it over, it's going to stop and it's going to be the same every time. Now, if you don't have a router table to do a keyhole entry, you could also do it with one of these little mini routers. You can get them fairly cheap. I think I paid the $15 at Harbor Freight for this one. Even so, if you don't have that and you just want to do wall hangers, you could get the picture frame wall hangers, nail it to the back and hang it that way. Then you just repeat the process on the opposite side. Just because you don't have a table saw doesn't mean you can't do this. You can do this with a circular saw. If you didn't have a circular saw, you can even do it with a handsaw. Same thing with the routing of the keyhole in the back. You don't have to have that. You could just have the picture hangers that you push in and hang on the wall, and that would do just as well. So a build video doesn't mean you have to actually build. You just need to create. And to be able to create, just use your imagination. This was done with 2 simple cuts on one board and then cutting another board down to a smaller size. Inserting the clips with some screws, and there you have some wall art. So this can be displayed in your room. You can interchange the pictures however you like as the seasons go. I hope you enjoyed today's project. Please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, dislike, whatever your heart's desire. But all I ask is that you be kind to one another.